Hey everyone. I am reporting in after actually about a week instead of a few days of using this alternate left-handed 10 key layout. And I wanted to let you know how that's been going, along with some other things that have been going on in layout development for svalboard. So the main thing that's been happening over the last week is I've been testing this layout that you see over here on the left side of my screen. So we have a 10 key on the left hand, but it's set up in kind of a data hand like way where it prioritizes the center keys and the south keys. Now, this is a big departure for me. I've been using my right hand for the 6 7 8 9 0 for 20 years, and shifting the other numbers over to the left hand is a big transition for me. Uh, it's quite slow for me on the south row right now, finding 6 7 8 9. But overall, the frequency of those numbers is pretty low. So for the most part, it hasn't been a real problem. But I'm definitely still adapting to it. I haven't done any real drilling. I've just been trying to use the device in my daily life. And overall, um, I'm pretty convinced this is a good solution for me because I absolutely love having the arrow keys on the home row and the home page up, page down, and on the south row on the same hand. For me, doing a lot of data entry in Excel and in CAD, it's really helpful to be able to do numbers with my left hand while I'm doing pointing with my right. So I'm keeping the nav keys on the right hand. There are some folks who prefer the numbers on the right hand and the nav keys on the left if they're not doing a lot of mousing or if they're a left-handed mouser, obviously. Uh, but overall, I'm pretty happy with the way that this preserves my own muscle memory for data hand, especially because, and this is really important depending on your needs, the most common numbers in typing are really unevenly distributed. We don't type 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 at the same frequency for each number. For the most part, the numbers we use are 0, 1, 2, and 5. Uh, Obviously, 6, 7, 8, 9 get typed sometimes, but they're way, way less frequent. So for me right now, just having 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the home row, with 0 on that inwards motion of the middle finger, has been really cool. And I found relatively few hiccups. So I'm still bullish on this for myself, and I'm going to keep it for a while. That said, the the main goal of the default layouts for Svalbard is to ensure that people coming from both data hand devices from the past and people who want sort of a modern interpretation of data hand, but still in a really balanced structure, can have something that just works immediately. So I took some inspiration from Freaker on the Discord, who's been using a combined navigation and numbers layer for quite some time on Dvorak. And what he did was put his nav keys on the south row. So you give up some symbol placements that are very important to me just in terms of muscle memory from data hand. But if you're coming to the device completely fresh, actually don't matter at all. You'll learn where they are and it won't be a problem. So I decided that for the default layout that we're going to ship, I'm actually going to keep the data hand home row numbers. And I'm going to ship the arrows on the south keys on the right hand and the home page up, page down end on the south keys on the left hand. Because this lets you maintain the muscle memory for where the numbers are here and where the shifted symbols are for them. So you go from center keys to north keys without having to use the shift key, just on the numbers and symbols layer, and you get to maintain all of that muscle memory. And you'll see that that's actually preserved here in the layout that I'm showing. So I'm keeping the positions of bang and at, pound, dollar, ampersand, all of these symbols, including parentheses, that I've been using for so long. In my layout here, I've also duplicated the parentheses on the inward pinkies because that's where the brackets are in the standard data hand alpha layer. But overall, in terms of like usage coming from a standard QWERTY board, I think having that muscle memory in ring and pinky for going to the parentheses on the top row is actually pretty valuable because we type those a lot, especially if you're a programmer or if you're doing any kind of like formula entry. It's really common. So yeah, so far I'm bullish on it. I'm still definitely not fluid with the south row, the 6, 7, 8, 9 on my left-handed 10 key. But of course, when I go to the home row version with the arrows on the south, I'm not fluid with the arrows because I'm used to having them on the home row, which I love so much. So it's a trade-off, it's a balance. And of course, none of this is binding, right? We're releasing a firmware that will hopefully just give people a better default, So they'll have a nice time when they first come to the product. And then if you want to replace this with what I'm using today or what somebody else is using, all you do is drag and drop a .vil file into file for your configuration. So this is just about what happens when you flash the device, the very first experience you get. And of course, it's really, really easy to swap these layers around. So I hope that's helpful perspective. And I encourage you all to keep up as I continue this experiment. So I'm going back to this 10 key that you see here. And I'm going to stay on this for a while. And we'll see how it shapes up. I'm pretty hopeful that this will be like a good long-term solution for me. But I'll give it a month and we'll see if it sticks. I'm going to set myself up a schedule to do some drills so that I can see if I can get really fluid for typing numbers. If I can't get fluid with it over the course of a month, I might go back to the home row setup, or at least just to having some other way to access the numbers. But it sounds lousy to me. Like I think the 2-layer solution is really better. I think I'd rather just norm to the left-handed numbers input over time. So thanks for checking in, and we'll talk to you soon. If you have any questions about svalboard layouts, feel free, drop them in the comments here. I'm always happy to engage, or hop on the Discord, svalboard.com/discord. Super friendly bunch, and people will be happy to discuss ad nauseum how they've optimized their layouts for every possible scenario. This is not necessary. This is all bonus fun. I've been using QWERTY on DataHand for 20 plus years. It's fine. It fixes all of the fundamental problems that exist with QWERTY and that you have to move your hands too much. Because you don't have to move your hands very much when you use a svalboard or a DataHand device. But yeah, follow along. Thanks for watching. Talk to you soon.